Yo, what's going on, guys? Just wanted to take the time to do a little bit of analysis and also just summarize the last 2 weeks of trading since I started my futures account from the start with $200. So currently the account is up 6% realized profits. So that's profits that have been from closed positions added to the account, safe. And then we got 3% unrealized in Bitcoin shorts. One is a high leverage short from like 35k, just under 35k. And the other one is a swing trade from just under 39k. Both targets 30k. We're just looking for the move lower right now. Possibility, as you can see now on the hourly time frames, that there could be chance for of a move back up here. I've just drawn. I've been looking at sort of like order blocks and smart money concepts recently, so I've just drawn two levels there where we could possibly trade around in sort of the next maybe few hours to days, going through the rest of the weekend, going into Monday. But yeah, so in terms of the trading in like I would say in the last 10 days, definitely, since we had this move up and sort of slowly crept down before the large impulse move down, I would say my trading was fairly bad. And around this time as well is when I started the account. So, we got down to this level and I was fairly sure of some sort of move once we got down to this level, but I was expecting higher. So I think once we started moving down and creeping lower, I was still expecting for a return, just for a bit of better market structure, a bit cleaner, sort of lower highs, lower lows sort of movement before we got the move off. We didn't get it, but I was looking for it a lot. And in this time, I was sort of chopping and changing my idea, trying to short, trying to long. In terms of the way I normally trade, that's not what I would normally do. I would either sort of sit on my hands or, place. I might be holding a short from like higher up and sort of take off most of my profits and just let it run, and hedge to position with short-term move up to this place. But I was really sort of taking profits. I'm trying to build the account in a way that is sort of not how I would usually trade. I think that's partly due to the psychology of starting the account and full transparency. So, in a sense, my trading changed just from the fact of knowing that people are watching me trading, instead of, before I could trade, trade how I would normally trade, except now, I'm putting out analysis, I'm putting out my positions, I'm doing, even though it's small amounts, I'm doing all of these things and I'm expecting to be right because people are watching me and, people maybe not value, but people think that sometimes I'm right when I make these calls, and I am, but I think the pressure in terms of my psychology got to me a little bit, and not really worrying about drawdown. Before I didn't worry about drawdown. It's, especially with low risk trades, low leverage, not really the thing to worry about. So yeah, that's one thing. Organization, since coming down into lower time frames has been crappy. And trade execution has been fairly crappy since coming down into lower time frames. And I think over the next week or so, I'm going to try and change that a bit. In terms of my analysis, in terms of Bitcoin analysis, definitely I'm going to be splitting up my long-term and short-term views. So I can have a chart that is just basically long-term, and then I can scribble about short-term analysis on another chart, preferably the futures chart for Bitcoin. I think I either have the USD chart or the I've just got the Binance chart, and I think the price on the actual Binance chart should be similar to the Binance futures chart, so I'm just going to use that for now. And yeah, I think for me, I need to separate those long-term and short-term views, even though I will be looking at both of them most probably daily, or the long-term sort of like, maybe 2 or 3 times weekly. I think I do need to split them up just so I kind of have a clearer idea of what I'm trying to do in the market and what kind of trades I'm trying to place. So yeah, in terms of organization, time frame, short time frame, I think I'm gonna start looking more into sort of ICT smart money concepts, and for now just seeing how they play out. But I know for like 1 hour above, I kind of think that the way I was trading before still could be okay. It does work better 4 hour above, but I think 1 hour should be okay. And yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But I think moving into the lower time frames, I think I'm gonna have to switch up my strategy a little bit. So over the next maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks, months, 2 months, you might start seeing a change in my analysis and the way I do things. And execution, right now, it just seems like 10x, 100x is the way I want to play it. The 10x allows me just to have a wider range stop loss, can have up to 10% on those swing trades. And obviously, when I'm swing trading from these key levels, I want to be sort of, in a sense, DCAing. So having a range of prices where I'm trying to sort of average in an position or average entry price, instead of having one entry price, my whole position, and trading that way. And then obviously my high risk 100x trades, I just want them to be sort of short term, intra week, if possible, just intraday, not too long in them at all. And definitely stop losses and take profits. Clear cuts, stop losses, take profits. Swing trades, maybe a stop loss, but as I do normally trade without a take profit on swing trades, I'll most probably just keep to that and just let the market decide, move stop losses up, and sort of just trail stop in profit rather than having a clear cut take profit. So yeah, that's that. I think that's all I really need to say in terms of the summary. I'm just a bit more organization going forward, because I think my organization's been quite crap over the last like week, 10 days or so. So yeah, better come in. And it kind of hurt me, the fact that I don't think I've posted it on YouTube yet, but I was saying to Saki and JB, listen, 42, 43k, we're selling off from this level, and we sat there and watched it. While we were on call, Saki was an FTM short, he sold his. I didn't sell from I think it was 42,800. I think it was this. Yeah, it was this. It was Thursday night. So literally saw market pump into this level and literally just start slowly selling off. And I was saying, yeah, I want to sell this. Never sold. Sold somewhere down here. And then closed somewhere down here, really, really messed up this trade, fluffed it. Especially when I had 100x trade on my swing trade as well, 10x swing trade. It was really bad execution for me, and I really want to limit the chances of things like that happening. So going forward, a bit more clinical and a bit back to the way I was trading before. So yeah, let's look at Bitcoin actually. So first of all, I want to get these key levels up. I want to get up to 40k key level. That's that there, and also the zone. And right now, I'm not going to get up the 30k one. I'll show you it quickly, but I'm going to hide it again. So if we look at price, we're now in this range between these two prices. Between 30k and 40k. So for me, that's where I would expect the price to trade going forward. Could possibly see pullbacks into this weekly level before we reach the weekly level. But right now, we are actually trading around the sort of middle of this range. If you see, you've got a 10k range there, we're at 35k. So we're kind of trading around the mid-range. And if you look at this support level here, it's around 35k. So just something to be wary of. If you're looking at Fibonacci levels and you dot out this range, you know, we've got the 50%. I don't know if that means anything to anyone, but I do like sort of having ranges and plotting out the middle of the ranges. It's just something I do. Going and then also getting rid of that. And this weekly level as well. I want to show, where is it? The weekly range high and the weekly range low. And just sort of show where price could possibly be trading going forward. So if we see in markets come back into this level, it's broken above it, taken out sort of shorts who were still in from these levels and hadn't taken profit. So obviously short that level, took out those stops, and then anyone that sort of shorted this level got taken out there before the move lower. Now I would expect longs to be next on the hit list at these levels here. And this level kind of needs to hold on higher time frames, whether that's weekly, if we get a move below on the daily, and you know, consequent days sort of trade around it and then reclaim it as support. But what we don't want to see is price fall below it and start selling off as it trades around it and falls below it. So to me, it looks clear that we're trading towards these levels, and barring the mid range, which we could see a reaction from. I would expect scenarios that look similar to break of this and test before lower, a move back up to here, and sort of trade through here before a break lower. Let me draw that again because I didn't need to take up that much space. So break up, trade back down, and then sort of slowly break down before we go lower and gather momentum to break these levels. What you also got to remember is there's going to be a hell lot of buys at these levels. So I would expect at some point within this range between 30 and 35k for a lot of spikes up into this, up back into these levels as well. So yeah, whether we drop from this level or just continue lower from here, once we get down into these levels here, you can see all these wicks here, I would expect some level of buy-in from there. All right, okay. Everything else sort of follows that sort of narrative. Obviously, Bitcoin dominance, I believe, is shooting up. So I would say if you use Bitcoin dominance or trade Bitcoin dominance, it's just a thing of, can we start taking out these highs? We're on a daily time frame here, and we've broken the 50 EMA. So for me, the next target is the 200 EMA, up at around 44%, which is this level around about here, these highs here. And if it breaks that, then it's really these levels around here. We need to start looking at around 47, 48%. And, if Bitcoin dominance is rising while Bitcoin is selling, then that just gives you an idea of where we're going. Everything else should be selling off. If Bitcoin is rising while dominance is going up, you may see the rest slow down in their descent, possibly start trading higher as well. But you just need to sort of pay attention to the way money flows in and out of the crypto market. Bitcoin always leads. It never really follows. So if Bitcoin dominance is going up and Bitcoin is going up, I would expect support to start slowly being found in alts, but not necessarily large pumps. So yeah, just be careful of that. And I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, that's all I really want to say. There's a call tomorrow, most probably 9 p.m. till late. So join us if you're free. If you've watched this, I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm gonna put it on YouTube as well. If you ain't subscribed to the YouTube, jump on that. And yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, that's it. Peace.